Good morning and blessed day to you as we join again today, celebrating God's faithfulness, God's love, God's presence. We come together in this early moment of the day, seeking God's guidance for a new day, a new week, asking God to be present with us as he was present with his son, Jesus the Christ, on his earthly journey. As we gather this morning, we want to give God thanks for all that we have received, all that we are experiencing in this world. We acknowledge that we are coming to the end of a month, the first month of this new year. And we trust that those resolutions that we would have set are still in place and that we will endeavor to maintain them through this year. And so we come into this space of reflection, of peace, and we, in becoming conscious of our breath, we want to just bring our attention within, just within, into the deepest parts of our being, in order that we may be able to make that connection with the all that is, the Holy One, the Father, God, the Supreme One, the Omnipotent, the Omniscient. All the various names that we try to give to this experience, which we recognize that none of our words can ever fully encompass what it is that we are referring to and who it is that we are referring to. But we do so with reverence and with praise. And so we seek now to bring our attention into that space of emptiness, source, that which is before the beginning, that which unites us with the all that is. We breathe into that space and we allow ourselves for a few moments to rest in that space. Letting go of all that binds us in this world. Letting go of time, of yesterday and of tomorrow. And simply being here in this moment. Simply being present. Go roads to the four quarters of our quiet distance, while you, full moon, wise queen, begin your evening journey to the hills of heaven. The woods are silent, the valleys are awakening, and all barns are happy with peace. We awake, we preach and we say prayers. Remind us, O Holy One, of these times. as we awaken to the dawn, as we awaken to the new day. A yellow flower sings by itself for nobody. A golden spirit sings without a word by itself. Let no one touch this gentle sun, in whose dark eye someone is awake. No light, no gold, no name, no color, and no thought. O wide awake. A golden heaven sings by itself, a song to nobody. In this early dawn, as we awake to a new day, and we reflect on our theme for this week, acknowledging the storms of life, those who would have joined in some act of worship yesterday would have recalled the gospel reading of Jesus calming the storm. We all know storms. We all experience storms in our lives. They are part of nature. We in the Caribbean, we know that we identify a period in our calendar year as the hurricane season. And during that period, we expect that there will be storms, some minor, some major, but we expect that there will be storms. And we are encouraged to prepare ourselves for those storms. We're encouraged to make the necessary preparations, ensuring that our homes are secure, ensuring that we have ample supply of provisions in the event that we have to be locked down. So we know in our region about storms. The disciples knew about storms as well, for they were fishermen. And no doubt they would have encountered storms at sea. But in the one that is related, there is tremendous fear and panic. And the reality is that, in a sense, one can understand that every storm is unique. No matter how many storms you go through, each storm has the potential of total destruction. Each storm has its own intention, as it were. And each storm must be battled for itself. We can never assume that we know. We can never say that we've been here before, because each storm is unique. But as unique as each storm is, there is the example that Jesus offers us. The example of being at peace within ourselves and engaging the storm not from a place of fear, but from a place of authority. To have authority, to stand strong. For nothing is greater than ourselves. We are often remembered and we are often reminded not to fear that which can only destroy, the body, but fear that which can destroy the entire soul. So there is a sense that no matter what the storm is that we face in our lives, it cannot be of that significance that can fully destroy us. So if we remove the fear of being fully destroyed and replace that fear with a calmness, with a peace, to see what we may learn from the storm, to see how best we may approach the storm, we stand a fair chance of allowing the storm to cause us in some way to advance on this earthly pilgrimage. There is the call for calmness, for inner peace, and for faith. A faith that knows that I am at all times in the presence of God. Our fear tends to create in us a sense of being fully abandoned or fully put into annihilation. But none of that is true. It is an illusion. For the truth is that we stand in God. And there is no storm that can in any way remove us from the presence of God. So we look again at Jesus, and we look at his response, and we seek that inner peace. Calmness in the midst of the storms of life. Feeling that sense of God's presence with us. And knowing for surety that God is. And because God is, we are. And there is nothing in this world that can cause us not to be. So the storm is our lesson, is our stepping stone. It will not annihilate, but it will invite us to grow. I invite you today to reflect on your call, to reflect on the storms that you have passed through thus far, and see where they have taken you. And if on this day, at this moment, there's a storm brewing around you, remember, be as Jesus, asleep in the boat, resting in his Father's presence, awaiting the moment to rise up and take authority over the storm. For there is nothing that can in any way render us to be less than what God has made us.